right, we are here with Jow Manetti. Jow, you have been so kind and nice, and you traveled far and wide to get here.
Not that far from Connecticut. I want to say congratulations on You Suck.
Oh,
it's a candy
thank
bar.
you so much. That's so nice.
I know it's potato day.
It is potato day, and you will have a potato. God, a Godiva chocolate bar. Thank you so much.
Potato lunch. Oh, Godiva.
Yeah.
It's for Roostar.
Oh, you're so sweet. So, Johnny Young, this is Jow Manetti.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, how you doing?
Jow.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I love this guy. He's so cute. So listen to me. You are a bear.
Yes.
Now, you know, it's funny. I didn't know what a bear was not that long ago. So, like, how long have bears been really, like, bears?
Well, I think the whole bear thing started in the LGBT community in the 80s.
Wow.
It's part of the, it was kind of a offshoot of the leather community. And it's big, husky, hairy guys. But it can be, now it's kind of diversified. It can be a lot of things. It's really a state of mind, too. People are kind of just down to earth.
People, I think, want to be a bear, even if they don't fit
Well, there was that band, remember, in the 90s, they were kind of... Vile. Yeah, and they had that kind of dressed up like bears.
Margaret Cho just did the bear song with a bunch of bears dancing around her. So.
Now, I have a question, and I hope it's not inappropriate or anything, but like Chaz Bono, whatever, would he be a bear now?
Yeah.
He would be, right?
He
seems like a bear to me.
Colin Farrell could be a bear, although he could be a wolf. There's bears, there's wolves.
Oh, what's a wolf?
A wolf, I guess a wolf just howls instead of goes woof. I don't know.
They like to woof.
They like to woof. Bears like to woof.
Is that right? So, are you a famous bear?
I'm a title-holding bear. I don't know how.
Yeah, you are a title. What's your title?
My last title was Mr. International DaDDy Bear in 2009.
So what's the difference between that and International Bear?
International DaDDy Bear is someone who has more daddy quality. International Bear is, now you introduced...
I love International Bear. Okay. Yes, I met International Bear.
That's the best in show. That's the top title.
Oh, it's like a best in show. Wait a minute. This sounds a bit like fishy to me. Like a dog show? Like best in show? I mean, are other... I know. Oh, well, it's a bear show. Is that
it's a contest.
And it's all... So how many categories are there?
They have International Bear, International DaDDy Bear, International Cub.
So you were second?
I was one of the categories, but International Bear is the top title.
Oh, so he's the almighty...
Worldwide bear.
Now, where is this held?
It's no longer held. It was held in San Francisco. It stopped last year.
Sense. Oh, so last year was the last one?
You interviewed the very last person to win the title.
Wow, so he's the forever International Bear Champion.
I won the year...
Do you have like a banner? Like
you get a sash.
A sash.
And you get to wear a vest.
Do they give you chocolate too? Or do you win awards? Like, do you get an award plaque like I did for You Suck? Or?
There's lots of food, yeah. Bears are there, so there's food. But no, you get a sash, and you do a lot of fundraising. That was the big thing.
And do you go naked like that too? Because I know International Bear loves being naked.
That's part of it. They have you come out. So
it's like a fashion, like a beauty contest, but it's a bear.
You have to come out totally naked, or just kind of...
Well, they don't let you. They have a couple of boundaries, but they have you do one section where you do a strip, and then they have another section where you talk about what you want to do with the community.
So what's your? What did you say
about the community?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm still doing it. My big thing about fundraising was for HIV/AIDS awareness.
Yes.
Big supporter of the transgender community.
Oh, perfect.
LGBTQ youth and crystal meth addiction recovery. Those are
those three things though to me are like so appropriate for everyday existence for more people than would admit. Like that is just like the norm almost. Like each one of those things is like so rampant.
Well, I think they're all connected, and I think that I picked those issues because I thought that they took priority over some of the other political issues that they were pushing for fundraising, and I thought they were all connected.
Now, how do you raise money for each of these categories?
I go out to clubs, and I go out to different venues, and I sell raffle tickets for. We have wet lube baskets that we give away. We have
like where in Connecticut or
everywhere.
Like tell me what's your next move? Like because I'm curious about. I think all of those things are extremely like worthy of having support. I mean,
We've done
have you lost anyone to HIV/AIDS?
Oh God, yeah. I'm part of the generation. I'm pushing 50.
My brother actually is watching over. He's the producer of the show, actually. But I know he does. He does it all the time, and I'm always curious. I feel like people nowadays, they don't think AIDS really is here, and it is here. And I think it gets like, people are like, oh, AIDS. Like when we were kids, there was no AIDS. We didn't know. So I feel anyone who got it in the 80s, totally innocent. You didn't even know it existed.
The White House just totally ignored it for years.
But now, kids today only know, oh, there's AIDS, but they don't really know what it is.
It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm a certified HIV.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, it's...
I'm not going to get it. Like, it's like... But you don't hear about it in the same way. Like, of course, when it came, it was big and it exploded and it became very serious. But now it's just like a thing.
It's considered a treatable condition like diabetes, I think, to a lot of people.
Right, yeah.
But I think also there's another side to this. I think that the young people, at least the young people I've talked to, I don't think there's a sense of community like we had. And I think that even though medication has improved, a lot of the people that I talk to feel very disconnected. There's a lot of still low self-esteem.
Right.
And a feeling of, on top of the other feelings about, it's not that big a deal because it's treatable now, but there is still lots of issues with look at the LGBTQ, they're being killed and brutalized.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a connection to HIV in that too, I think. So,
yeah, it's a fear factor. All right, so the other thing was meth. Meth.
Meth is what gets them into trouble. We get into a lot of trouble doing it.
Crystal meth is...
Is it the number one? Is it the number one abuse drug in the world or in this country?
It is so horrible. When I was doing intakes and risk assessments as a counselor, people who are taking crystal meth, they show symptoms of someone who's paranoid schizophrenic.
Yes.
And so you have to have people who can assess what's going on.
I knew someone that was on meth that used to walk around praying for nuclear war.
I had one guy tell me he willed the HIV out of his body, and that we were being watched by cameras.
Yeah.
I knew right away. Are you tweaking? Oh, yeah. So, it's bad. It's connected to HIV because
they shoot it too.
It's terrible.
Right. So, have you seen people recover and turn their lives around and turn totally normal?
Yeah, a lot of them turn out to be counselors too.
Yeah.
They actually are the best volunteers that work with us.
Have you read the book Tweak? And the one by the father and the son?
I have not read that book, but when I was in LA, when I lived in Los Angeles, I hooked up with a guy named Jimmy Palmieri, who has formed the Tweakers Project, which is a tremendous, they made a documentary, and he's got a tremendous outreach program going that really is awesome. I did fundraisers for this in LA, New York, Connecticut, all over. I mean, the problem is just horrible.
And do you find that you're successful in your fundraisers?
Yeah, I was best.
How do you do it? You're best in what?
I was best bear fundraiser of the year 2 years in a row.
Oh my God! I want you to be the fundraiser for my life, man. How do you do it? Like if you're gonna teach fundraising 101 in 5 minutes, what would you say are the best things for someone to raise money?
I'd say you have to really, on a grassroots level, go out to people and connect with them. You have to go to the organizations. You have to get the community involved.
And how do you get the community involved?
You go out and
flash them?
I use that a little bit.
I know!
When I would go to the clubs, and I just went back to LA for the first time in a year, you hook up with the right clubs, bars. Like out here, you have so many clubs that can help you. You hook up with the organizations that give you free donations, like WhO has been really helpful for us. WhO gives us free gift baskets that we raffle off.
What do they give you in the basket?
Lube, they give you toys. And the people, the porn industry has helped us a lot.
I love Porn Star, right?
People will pay big money for raffle boxes of porn. So
that's awesome.
Look at Will Clark out here. Will Clark is great. Will Clark raises thousands of dollars every year here in New York City.
God, I love it. That's amazing. That's so great. So, what was the third one again? Those were the two that stood out to me.
LGBT youth, crystal meth, HIV, and transgender.
Oh, perfect. And I said Chaz Bono. I know. I mean, that is just becoming almost mainstream. Not quite, but it's getting to a point where there are so many transgenders right now. Now, what's the difference between all the trans, tranny, transgender, transsexual? What truthfully, is the differences? Which is the operation and which is just the...
Well, someone who's a transvestite is someone who just likes to dress up.
Right.
Okay, someone who's a transgender, you're talking about gender identity.
Right.
There's issues of gender identity. Even a person who doesn't have the operation can
Right.
identify as a transgender because they have gender identity issues
Exactly.
that have to be recognized and we have to be sensitive to. Someone who is a transsexual, who identifies as transsexual or transgender can either be pre-op, post-op.
Right.
I hope I'm getting it right after all the years I've worked with them.
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of years to get it all done.
But I think the big issue is gender identity, our own hatred of women.
Right.
And how we treat people who identify.
You mean just be like across the board?
Absolutely. I mean, men, the biggest sin for men is to voluntarily give up their power and voluntarily take on a role that is considered subservient in America.
Right.
So they're the people who get bashed. The violence against transgenders is horrible.
I agree, and I think it's more in the public awareness than it's ever been.
Rightfully so.
And it will only continue, but it's so new. And today, believe it or not, is Renee Richards' birthday. It is. It's Renee Richards' birthday. And Renee Richards, who was Richard Rankind, was pivotal to this entire movement and, took the scrutiny, took the everything, but was the bravest person to be publicly, transsexual. And,
there's a lot of great leaders. Connie Norman, Karina Samala back in L.A. They make the world better for all of us because whenever somebody
blazes a trail,
encourages us to be more understanding of diversity. There's a big push right now towards assimilation. Look, when I talk to young people, a lot of them don't even know what bear and leather is anymore. There's a big push to just being to blending.
Bear and leather, you said?
They don't know what bears are or what leather is.
Well, yeah, that's why you're here. You're educating the world, Mr. Bear. Yeah, we like that.
One cup at a time.
There you go. One lube at a time. I know, you got to do it some way, right? Whatever floats your boat. All right, but so in 5 seconds, how would you sum up your entire everything? And then we're going to get a skeleton from your closet.
Oh, there's no skeletons. That's
I can't believe that.
He's a counselor now. He has no skeletons.
No, okay. 5 seconds. Well, I'm an activist. I'm an actor. I'm a freelance writer. I just submitted to audition for a movie they're filming in the city. I'm hoping that comes through.
Oh, I hope it comes through too.
I do too. I'd like to be taken seriously. Most people remember me as a bear pinup.
And I think you were extremely serious.
I'd like to be able to do a role that allows people to see me act instead of just being a walk-on.
Have you done anything that is memorable in your mind of that you have acted in?
Most of my stuff has been walk-ons and cameos about me being a bear. I just did a horror movie, the kind of movie that I really, as a rule, wouldn't do. A real bloody slasher movie that I got to act, but the director was such a psycho.
That makes sense.
I guess you have to be.
Talk about a segue from all he just was so abusive to everybody. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I did get one good scene in between all the blood that I got to act, but I don't know if that's ever going to...
Can you say one line?
No, most of it was... I was talking about... It was kind of a Norman Bates thing. That character was horrible. I can't get... I would take a lot to get into it. I played a killer. I played a serial killer. And I wanted them to kill... I wanted to be killed at the end because it was just such an awful character.
Oh, so, like the character wanted to be killed, or
I wanted the character to be killed.
You wanted to kill yourself.
He deserved to die. He was just a disgusting. I mean, the evil things in his mind were horrible.
But it was fake.
Yeah, but you have to make it real when you're doing it.
Yes, exactly.
Just to turn it on right now,
you had to get into that.
It really is. Then you have to erase it. So
it's a bad place.
Yeah, it's a very bad place.
All right. So on a lighter note.
My closet, okay, well, the thing that everybody, it's not a secret, everybody talks about that I did porn.
I was going to say, what about the porn movies?
And that got me kicked off of...
Did you make a lot of money?
No, bear porn, no.
Bear porn!
The producers, they made...
Have a chip. That's
the equivalent of what I made.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I made. The producers made a lot of money. I got to make a lot of money for the community raffling off my porn for HIV/AIDS stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
So I said, you guys just help me out when I'm doing fundraising. Will Clark does the same thing on a bigger level.
So what did you think of that Mark Wahlberg movie back in the day with Roller Girl?
I think that was a very, very good depiction. That's on a different level. They were talking about the kind of porn that was much more highly produced. Does
that really happen?
More plot porn.
Well, that kind of porn. We're talking about bear porn. Is kind of like Bears Gone Wild. It's very amateur.
Bears Gone Wild.
It's low budget. It's just really cheap and shoddy. But I got kicked out of a volunteer speaker group that told me I wasn't fit to speak to young people because I'd done porn, and that made big front page things all over LA for a while because I spoke out about that.
Good for you, because that's what they do. They
try
to squash anybody.
No, and they didn't complain about it. It was one of the guys on the board that got a bug up his ass about me. He was gay, but the teachers and the students had no problem with him.
He was jealous.
He just wanted to have all your porn to himself.
Exactly. So we got to take a break. And how do people find you?
They can find me. I'm going to be on Facebook till the end of the month, and I'm going to start a Twitter account. And hopefully they'll be able to find me on IMDb and more good movies.
Yes,
and,
exactly. So say the whole name so people can look you up.
Jow Manetti, MaNNeTTi, 2 N's and 2 T's.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, and I want to know more and more every time.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll be back.